Hey friends, it's Lachlan. I'm here back with Focal Friday, and I'm really excited to start sharing some insights that we've had from the Focal Ignite program, running ads for photographers, generating so many leads, and of course, booking them into weddings. We've been learning a lot of really interesting things that I think you can apply to your business. So, today I wanted to talk a little bit about targeting clients in their wedding planning journey. I think that there's a bit of miseducation or a misconception that the best clients are ones that already have their date and their venue locked down. And as you can see from this diagram, I think this is where most photographers think the best leads come from. And actually, this is totally wrong. From what we've learned in the Ignite program, actually 40% of the weddings that we've booked through the Ignite program have actually come in with inquiries that don't have a solid date just yet. Usually, they're looking at 2025 dates, and they might have a month in mind, but they're kind of at this early stage in their wedding planning where they're still figuring out the date and locking things down. Now, I think a lot of photographers make the mistake of kind of brushing off these leads as not being ready yet for booking photography. But I want to kind of test that theory a little bit here and explain my reasoning. Now, when you're targeting clients here at the vendor stage, they've already got that date, they've got the venue. Yes, the next step is probably booking, photographer, videographer, catering, looking at all those vendors. But the issue with targeting clients here is there's so much competition. So, of course, when they're on the step of, hey, I need to book a photographer, they're going to be comparing you against a bunch of other photographers. That's how you wind up with ghosting. That's how you wind up with, these inquiries that never go anywhere. Now, I'm not surprised by this at all because when couples get to this stage in the wedding planning, they've typically been at planning for like quite a few months now. They've booked a bunch of things already, like the venue and maybe some other vendors. And the reality is they're fucking tired of wedding planning. They've spent a ton of money and now they're on the let's book a photographer stage, and they're not as excited about it, and they're just trying to find, the cheapest option. Now, if you target couples earlier on in the process, meaning, they're just figuring out that date, they're putting together their budget, and they're maybe starting to tour venues, this is a great time to actually target leads because there's no competition from other photographers here. They're really, really, really excited because they're just starting wedding planning and they haven't spent any money yet. So if you can kind of get in at this stage, meet the couple, start to build rapport, maybe do a free engagement session like we do in the Ignite program, that's a really, really great way to start building up that relationship so that when, they have the date and the venue maybe finalized, boom, the next thing is it's easy for them to go and book that photographer. Now, what this also allows you to do is it allows you to insert yourself at the budget planning phase of their wedding planning. So because they haven't spent any money yet at the very beginning, if they meet you, they really, really like you and decide, what, hey, I have to have you as the photographer at my wedding, they're going to be more flexible in making the budget work for having you there. My philosophy, Focal's philosophy, is all about, your photos are the carrot that attracts clients. They see them, they're like, ooh, pretty photos. I'd love to have, photos like this. But the reality is that the photos are most of the time replaceable. And our philosophy is that the only part that is sticky is actually you, the photographer. It's that trust you build with clients. It's that rapport you have with them. They're not going to find another you. And so if you can start building that relationship early on in that wedding planning stage, then they don't even bother looking at other photographers because they already trust you. They imagine you there on their day and they want to have you there. So this is just one of the main insights that we've been seeing in the Ignite program. And like I said, 40% of weddings are actually coming in with inquiries that don't have a solid date or venue yet. And so I think this is a really important insight for you guys with, this being a little bit of a slower year, us having to adapt strategies for booking weddings and getting in front of clients, give this a try. And maybe next time you get an inquiry where, you know, they're early on in the plan and they don't have that date and venue yet, you know, rather than maybe having a bad attitude about that lead, give them a shot, you know, put in a little bit of extra time and energy to nurture them. And if you want to try this strategy yourself, but you're not sure how, you know, definitely check out the Ignite program. We have this along with a lot of other strategies in the program for getting you leads with paid ads and then nurturing them through this process until they're ready to book. Awesome, guys. I hope that was useful. And the last thing I want to say is on September 30th, Taylor Jackson and I are holding a Q&A session just to hang out, get to see you guys, get back involved with the community. And so if you want to come in, talk with Taylor, talk with me, chat about the Ignite program, ask Taylor, you know, where he's been traveling lately, or you can ask him some questions about hybrid shooting, whatever you like. We're going to come hang out. Hope to see your guys' faces on that Q&A. So again, it's September 30th. It's at noon Pacific time or 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'll leave a link here on this post for you to sign up for that, and we'll invite you to that Google Meet event. Awesome, you guys. Good to see you, and have a great Focal Friday. Cheers.